Live from downtown Watertown, here's Jeff Cole.
Tonight, the judge says make it public. A state Supreme Court judge has ordered the city of Watertown to surrender a report the city has been trying to keep secret for months. Scott Atkinson is in studio with me tonight, and he has the judge's decision. Scott, this has to do with Aaron Gardner, right?
Well, you're absolutely right, Jeff. Gardner, of course, is the city parks and rec supervisor who last year claimed then city manager Rick Finn created a hostile work environment for her. Basically, Gardner says Finn disrespected her publicly over and over again. So the city hired a company to come in and do an investigation, write a report. In January of this year, City Council met behind closed doors for hours, then came out and said, no, Finn didn't create a hostile environment, but yes, he's going to resign anyway. But here's the thing. Gardner eventually saw a few pages of that report, and she says, wait a sec, the outside company did find that Finn created a hostile work environment. So which is it, hostile or not? We asked the city for the report. They said no. We filed a Freedom of Information request. They said no. We appealed the decision. They said no. We finally had to take the city to court. And in a ruling we got this afternoon, State Supreme Court Judge James McCluskey says release the report.
Gyms get guidance from New York State to reopen, but it can't be simple, right?
Well, Jeff, let's take a walk through this YMCA. Right now it's empty, but when the doors open, it won't be a packed house. It can only be a third full. And we're just warming up. There's more you need to know before you hit the gym. Before gyms get the go-ahead, they'll need to pass an inspection. That responsibility rests with each county.
We'll do everything we can at the county level to expedite this situation and get these fitness centers back open again.
Abby Budicavoli live there at the gym. Thank you. It is a sales tax surprise for Lewis County. Officials saw a bit of an uptick in their July numbers. County Treasurer Eric Verkler says it's an $8,000 increase from last year. It has been 5 months since Governor Cuomo announced that due to COVID-19, landlords cannot evict their tenants. There has been an eviction moratorium. 7 News reporter Lexi Groening did some research on what will happen when it's lifted and how property managers are dealing. Lexi?
Jeff, the Watertown City Constable helps landlords prepare and enforce eviction paperwork. That office is preparing for an uptick in evictions. But if you ask property managers in the area, they'll tell you a vast majority of their tenants are paying. Watertown is a city where 60% of properties are rented. And with the governor's eviction moratorium lasting until September 4th, there are questions as to what this means for landlords and property managers. Deputy Constable Michael Hennigan does clerical work to assist landlords in preparing court documents and ensuring court orders are enforced. He says another deputy has been added to help with what may be coming.
We expect an onslaught of requests for eviction.
But if you ask these property managers, it could be just a matter of who your tenants are. Stephen Byers from Forte Management Group says he's had a few not pay rent.
We are probably somewhere around 5% of people who are not paying at all.
And one has come up with a different solution.
Can we, instead of paying the attorney $500, can we pay the tenant $500 to leave? And so we took that to the tenant and said, if I gave you $500 cash, would you head out? And he did. He agreed to it.
As of now, eviction protection has been extended to September 4th. But Governor Cuomo says as long as the pandemic continues, no one will be kicked out of their homes.
A well-known Lewis County lawyer is set to run for state Supreme Court. Republicans in the northern and central New York area have picked Lowville's Mike Young as their candidate. Young is a former Lewis County district attorney and is running for the seat left vacant by the retirement of Kevin Young, a Supreme Court judge whose court is in Syracuse. Clayton's Punkin Chunkin event is always making a splash each year, but the event is canceled this year. And as 7 News reporter Keir Chapman tells us, local food pantries will feel the ripple effect.
They've got supplies now, but Executive Director Rebecca Dowling says they'll be down donations come October.
A pickup truckload. Pretty much a pickup truckload.
It's because Clayton's Punkin Chunkin has been canceled this year. The village's Chamber of Commerce made the call last week due to COVID-19. The event typically draws thousands of visitors to the area. So how much food is the Cape Vincent Community Food Pantry missing out without Punkin Chunkin? Dowling says donations combined usually take up a rack like this.
It crammed.
Dowling says her pantry will need to rely on more people donating and have to dig into its pocketbook to make up for the shortfall.
We have to take our money and purchase it through other retail outlets and that's expensive.